Pickaxe.
Hello and welcome to 0 Degrees, the podcast with no qualifications where we solve your complications. I'm Lydia and I'm joined by Harry and Ravs. How are you guys doing?
I'm very tired.
We're doing good. Everyone's a bit in pieces this week, I think, Lydia. We're back hot off the boat from America.
Off the
I like
boat.
it, hot off the Titanic. We came back on the Titanic, of course. No, we're absolutely destroyed. Ravs and I have been in America for was it like 10 days or 9 days?
I think 9 or 10 days.
It
It feels like it was like
long.
2 weeks.
It was great.
Yeah.
But we're jet lagged and hungover. My feet hurt. My body hurts. And you're ill, Lydia. To answer that.
And I'm ill. It's less exciting than your adventures.
It's like you were like a little voodoo doll that was with us, and you're paying the price for us or something.
Oh, that's why I felt like really fucking hungover every day, and I haven't had a drop to drink in like 2 weeks.
That's
Oh
why
my
you
God,
feel
are
so
you feeling
shit,
okay?
mate.
That's why I feel like shit. Oh my God. I'm going through withdrawal. This isn't a chest infection.
just get this lady some fucking booze right now. Sort her out.
So while I've been sitting at home not drinking, you've been doing the complete opposite. Out of home, out every night, boozing it up in America. I want to hear from both of you one little funny story about your trip.
Oh God.
Okay.
Do you know what? As we were leaving the end of the trip, I'll try and get one in a second. But as we were leaving the end of the trip, I was struggling to remember the beginning of the trip.
Same.
I was like, I can't remember it. I couldn't name to you what we did on a day. And that's so bad, isn't it? That's so depressing. So I mean, there are some there's some standout funny moments for me. I feel like I certainly remember Vegas a lot more. I feel like the last day in Vegas maybe was actually my favorite day of the entire trip.
The hangover day in Vegas. That was so good.
We basically had been drinking for so much that we decided on the last day, because we're flying home quite early the day afterwards, we're not going to touch. No one's going to touch any alcohol. No one had a single drop, which I know.
You're heroes.
It's actually quite hard to do in Vegas. It's pretty.
Vegas is the
You've
party
been to Vegas,
place.
Lydia. You know it is. All of it is tempting.
It's a drinky place.
But we were just all so delirious from lack of sleep and from too much booze. It was just really funny. Sarah went on this gambling journey where she was collecting 10p slips and slowly built it up to $20. It was amazing. We went to this buffet. We queued for an hour to get in.
Oh my God.
And just the conversation just went dire. Everyone around us hated us because we were just chatting the most shit. It's just one of those days where you're just having fun, hanging out with the homies, and everyone just feels like they're on form and being silly. And I feel like that was that was my favourite.
Real silly goose time. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
I think
love that.
mine's was when we were absolutely smashed after dancing at the very expensive Vegas nightclub Omnia. We decided to phone Daff at 5 a.m. for us or something.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I bet he fucking hates you.
5 in the morning at Vegas is midday / early afternoon. Daff was at work.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It
all
was
right.
a
I thought you meant it was
fucking
5 a.m. his
No.
time. I was about to say, all right, no, that's
We
all
just
right.
phoned Daff super fucking late at night in Caesar's Palace, just speaking into him while we're at a bar, just all right, Daff, how you doing, mate? Everything all right?
The thing is, I remember us doing that, but then we were so fucked. I can't find whose phone we even called him on.
I think it was Discord on my phone or something.
Maybe.
I think we Discord called him, which is even worse.
I mean, I also
Yeah.
WhatsApp video called my girlfriend when we were in the club.
Oh my God.
She's just at work, and I was absolutely fucked. Just look at this. It's just it's 11 in the morning in the UK. She's having a normal Wednesday.
Yeah, I was texting my brother who was at work or some shit, just me being a fucking degenerate in this place. Oh.
It's funny. I think it's funny
God.
to do that. I'm sorry we didn't do one for Lydia. We should have fucking focused.
Oh, yeah.
We should
Where
have
was
phoned Lydia,
Michael? I'm lying there hacking my phlegmy little lungs out. Glad you're having a great time, guys.
So it was great. It was. You know what? I'm really interested because I feel like I asked Ravs a little bit of it along the way, but it was Ravs' first time in America and his first transatlantic flight.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of firsts for Ravs on this trip.
First time
not
I
like
got
that.
And that
Not
too.
like that.
Oh, proud of
First
you,
time I got
Ravs.
fingered
Finally
on
popped
an
it.
early strip. It was great.
No, what do you reckon, Ravs? What's your American consensus? Because me and Liz have been there a fair amount.
Transatlantic flights can absolutely suck my asshole. Like that. Like both sides were kind of miserable. At least I didn't get jet lag when I was in America. I was totally fine. Like I timed it. Yeah,
Oh,
I
really?
didn't sleep for the flight before, so I was really tired. But when I got on the plane, I slept, and I felt great when I landed in Cali. But now
that's
that I've
good.
landed
Okay,
back
yeah.
in the UK, I think I've like accumulated a debt because I feel like shit. I'm just so tired. Like
It's
dead.
also much easier going the time distance towards
Yeah.
America because you
Yeah.
just stay awake for like an extra couple hours.
just stay
Whereas
awake,
instead when you
yeah.
come back here, suddenly time goes double speed as you're flying, and you have to like go to sleep earlier or stay, and it's just like it blows you out way harder than like forcing yourself to go to sleep is way harder than staying awake.
Absolutely. I had a fucking great time though. Like, the food was pretty good there. There was just way too much of it though. It was like the portion sizes were crazy. Like those California burritos we had, Harry, like oh my fucking god.
It's like 3,000 calories.
We could have shared one of
Wow.
those, and that was breakfast. That was fucking breakfast. I was like full for the whole day off that shit.
It's kind of grim. I kind of don't like being served that much food. Like it makes me feel. I was like, what?
Sluggish.
It's like, I don't know.
I popped into Ravs' stream the other day.
Oh, no.
Because he's like back home, and I got the notification, and I was like, oh, how's my buddy Ravs doing? Opened it. The first thing he says when I open the stream is, I took massive shits in America or something like that. And I just clicked away. I was like, I'm not in the right state of mind for this.
So I was telling the story of how in San Diego, you know, I was getting ready to go out for the day, and I'd just done an exceptionally large shit. And me and Sips have a very special relationship where like I will, you know, we share that information with each other. And I was like, you know what, I'll tell my buddy Sips, I'll give him a little bowel update that I'm taking huge shits. But Sips was streaming at the time, I didn't realise because of the time difference. And he just read that out on his stream. So that's why I was telling that story. But it was true though, man. Like America, I don't know what you put in your food. I don't know if it's like the chemicals to make your shit grow big, but like I was doing some huge dumps, man. Huge dumpies in their weird toilets.
I don't like American toilets with that water that's so high.
Why is the water so high?
No.
Did you get any splashback?
No, I didn't. But like, I didn't like it.
It almost has the poo shelf. It almost like it's so like weirdly shaped. It almost has the poo shelf.
Because it's like long, right? It's like a long bowl.
Yeah. It's like, very strange.
There was gaps in the bathroom stalls, like everyone said there would be. That was weird as hell. I could see people washing their hands while I was doing
don't
a
like
pee-pee.
that. Like that really freaks me out. That doesn't make me feel safe. That makes me feel extremely unsafe.
Yeah.
Anyone could just go and have a
Yeah.
pee.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah,
Anyone.
I hate that. Ugh.
It's so weird. Ravs texted me when you guys were out there and said, so is this true, right? When you went to the fancy club, a double was $50.
Yeah, I had to pay a $50.
No.
The price of drinks out there
double.
was eye-watering. I stopped
$50
thinking about it.
for a double.
I stopped thinking about it.
No. How many drinks did you buy
we were
in
drinking
there?
beers. The beers were $14 each.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah,
$14 is basically £13.
It's still ridiculous.
Insane.
£13 for a beer.
Like,
No. But $50 for a double? What did you get? Like a whiskey and Coke or something?
yeah, it wasn't even fancy whiskey. It was Jack Daniels.
Oh my God, that is hard.
Yeah.
What did you, was it, I want to be there the moment he told you, like, that'll be $50.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, because they
Your
all went
face
out,
must
they
have
went to
been-
Caesar's Palace while I was like getting ready, and they all got on the guest list to the club.
We got scouted.
And I was
we
like,
got scouted. They were like,
I
these
was
are some
literally
strapping young
15
people. Come to our club.
I was literally 15 minutes behind them, so they'd like left already, and I was like, well, I'll just like go hang out in my casino then. I'll just like do a gambling here or whatever. Fine, I don't need friends in Vegas. And then they all got like VIP invites to the club or whatever. I had to buy a VIP pass myself because you know I was a man.
How much was it?
For a man, it was like $150
So it's
for a woman.
literally more. It's so fucked. I was like that.
What?
That is like.
But if you were a girl, the same pass was like $15.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
$150 for a man and
Isn't that so
$15
bad?
for a woman.
It was
That is
crazy.
terrible. incredible. Oh my
Yeah.
God. And you guys got it for free and Ravs had to pay?
They didn't get free. I got $100 bar tab with mine. They didn't.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Okay.
instantly spunked half of my bar tab on that one drink.
Honestly,
No.
on this £14 beers, you would have been fined for that $100.
I would have been great on the
Yeah.
£14
You'd
beers.
have had like 8
yeah.
beers or something. Quick
Yeah.
maths.
So the guy texted me, Caesar's Palace Hotel, ladies free
Oh.
from 10 till 1 a.m. Even ratio / better before 1 a.m. So that means basically if you come as a group that has an even ratio of boys to girls, you all get in for free or better. So like I'm just like,
And you were 2 boys and 2
so
girls.
they were like, you can come. But I was just like, I feel like you don't say that. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you don't say that. Is that not weird? I've never had that in a British nightclub.
I guess it's because they probably are used to like loads of stag do's and like boy trips and then they don't want the club just to be full of men.
Yeah.
They want there to be loads of women in there as well to like, even it out. So they try and put as much incentive as to get women in there as possible.
It just seems weird.
But it is
just
bullshit.
Feels, I don't really care if it's bullshit. It just feels seedy to me. There's something weird about it that feels seedy.
Yeah,
Like,
it is seedy.
I don't know. I really didn't agree with that.
I had even more of it. This nightclub night cost me so much fucking money because I was like, okay, I didn't think we were doing this, so I didn't like bring like suit trousers, fucking a shirt, some dress shoes or anything. And I was like, oh, what's the dress code for tonight? And apparently it's very strict. I was like, well, I'm like wearing my nice off-white t-shirt. I'm wearing Yeezys. I'm like, I'll probably get in, right? Like, and then I texted the little concierge person, and they were like, no, you will be refused entry if you wear sneakers or t-shirts. And I'm like, but it's off-white and Yeezys. And they're like, we don't care.
Did you say that?
Yeah,
oh
I
my
did
God,
I did say that.
That's so funny.
Flexing the brand names.
I did
this
flex
ain't
on them a
no
little bit.
Primark.
I did flex on them a little bit, but they said no. I was like, okay, so I had to go buy like the most expensive fucking shoes ever because I had like 10 minutes before everyone was getting ready to leave, and a shirt that was like fucking expensive as shit as well.
How much? Come on, you've got to give us the numbers,
Ravs. Like $160 shirt and like $170 shoes or something.
No.
Yeah, so this night out cost me a lot of money.
How much? Can we get like a total price range
so
cash
bad.
register?
$150 for the ticket to this fucking VIP thing because I missed everyone going to Caesar's Palace by 15 minutes. So
right.
Then 160 and 170. What's that together?
So we've got maths. Anyone?
I'm doing it.
310.
330. Is that right?
170.
No, more than that.
You're at 480 at the moment.
480.
$480 on
Jesus
a night
Christ.
out.
And like I bought me and Duncan Cuban cigars.
How much is a Cuban cigar?
Well, they were 30 each, so they were not real Cuban cigars, clearly, because apparently that would be omega expensive.
I don't
yep,
think you can buy them legally.
That's what the man in the toilet said. Back here in Vegas, get a Cuban cigar, champ. And I was like, okay, and I bought 2 of them because I was very.
He saw you coming a mile away.
I was very drunk. I don't even like cigars; they're awful. Yeah.
So what? We've got
$540 at the moment is the current tally.
$540 for Ravs' night out.
Because Ravs, I know, blew through that bar tab easy.
I went through that bar tab real quick.
Fucking quick.
Yeah, I think I ended up buying like 3 or 4 more beers after my bar tab. So maybe 28, add another $60 on with something like that. I don't know.
How much did you lose gambling later that night, right? The night doesn't end now. Like we got more night to tally.
Oh my God. Okay, carry on. So you went gambling afterwards.
I was very drunk. I decided that it would be a good time to play on the high stakes table.
Oh my God.
I went home. I took Sarah home because I was like, Sarah, you're too drunk to be out and I'm too drunk to be out. We should go home.
That's very sensible of you. Very
I was looking after Yogta because she was way too fucked. And I was like, I'm always too fucked to look after you. But like, if you stay, Sarah, you're going to gamble some stupid money that I know you don't want to do.
Yeah, let's get you home. Okay, so
I wish you did that for me, Mr. Harry.
There was no convincing you guys. You guys were so set on gambling. I was like, fuck this. I'm out.
So what time was
like
that?
5 a.m. Vegas? 5,
Like
6
5
a.m.
a.m. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys, Duncan and Ozzy went gambling and you went on the high stakes table.
Yeah, I think I like put like $100 into craps or something like that, and I got like $200. Then I played some blackjack, and I think I got up to like 120. So that night, when I was very drunk, I was actually up on gambling. The next day, I lost it all.
Oh.
Fuck's sake.
Why didn't you quit whilst you were ahead, Ravs?
Because I'm a dumb bitch.
Oh my God. I mean, it's a great story, though, even if it was hundreds and hundreds of dollars. What a great story.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
And great memories.
Do you know what people should do? People should subscribe to the Patreon, because Ravs fucking needs
That would
it.
be
Ravs
great.
needs it now. After,
Ravs
I need it, but
That would be
Ravs
great.
really needs it after this fucking trip.
Yeah, God, please help me. Speaking of Patreons who we've not given any content to, we've actually had a bunch of you sign up, which is kind of crazy.
Look, we've been away. We've been away. We've literally not been here.
Yeah.
So thank you, though.
Thank you so much. I've got a little list of names here. I'll quickly fire through them. We've got Texas Red, Major Dwam, Chronicle, Kieran, Dr. Eggroll, Thomas Young, Foreign, Vask, Devon, Zulhimili.
Well, they're no longer a Patreon.
I'm so sorry
they're no
if
longer
I-
a Patreon.
I'm so
Imagine
sorry.
them
I'm
already
so
unsubscribing.
sorry. I'm so sorry I couldn't say your name properly. Max, Kadon, Cameron, Recon, Shane, Caleb, Jacob, Harris, and JC Jensen.
God.
Motherfucking JC Jensen, our OG
JC
boy.
Jensen, the
Thank you
home.
so much.
Do you want to know the most
everyone.
mind-blowing shit?
What?
We have nothing on there, and most of these people are signed up on the doctoral degree.
I mean, just thank you. Like we
Thank
you
you so
so
much.
we are
Thank
in
you.
the process of getting stuff sorted. Now we're back, but it's
Yeah,
extremely
after
generous.
this recording, we're
We have
literally
a
going to have a
meeting,
meeting
yeah,
about the
yeah.
Patreon, so we might actually know what we're doing by the time we record the next episode.
Hopefully. I mean, we have some vague
But-
plans, but it's very, very kind of you guys
Yeah.
to support the podcast, and we hope you're enjoying
Thank
it.
you.
If you do want to support the Patreon, I believe it is just patreon.com/0 degrees. I'm literally typing that in to make sure that's correct.
Yeah, I think so. I think we got the good one.
I think we got the URL. Yeah, we did. Patreon.com/0 degrees.
Yes, you can go there.
Woo.
I was going to say check it out, but there's nothing to check out. You can,
Yeah.
There's nothing to check out yet. We'll maybe like respond to your messages or something, but like there'll be stuff there soon.
You can go
Maybe,
pay
like,
off
a
Ravs'
little-
gambling debt there. That's what you can do.
Yeah.
Go and just, help the boy.
No. Look, gambling's bad. PSA gambling's bad. Don't do
Yeah,
it.
PSA drinking. Heavy drinking is also bad.
Yeah,
That's also bad. Everything they did was bad. Do not
Yeah.
do anything that they did whilst on holiday, because it was
I do
bad.
feel bad.
I
so
said-
yeah.
While I did lose a lot, I set myself a limit that I would be happy to lose, and I stayed within that
Nice.
limit. So
What was the
there
limit?
was-
Like,
How many
50K.
zeros? 3, 4?
there was a certain number of my bank account I didn't want to go under,
Okay.
and I stayed within that
That's
realm.
good. That's good.
That's good. Okay.
Did you
That's
do
good.
much gambling when you went to Vegas, Lydia?
Only a tiny bit. I was too scared. Like, I feel like it'd been drilled into my head too much that, like, gambling on the tables is like, you're gonna lose everything you own if you do that. So I only did the slot machines, which was just fun and silly, and probably lost about, I don't know, $20 over a few days or whatever. But my friend did the tables, and she lost like $200. So
odds on you're not going to win. So like,
no, it's not in your favor. But I think it's, if it's just like you're only there for a couple of days and you just want to try it, as long as it's not, you're spending all of your fucking money. Oh, what's that? So Ravs is for all the listeners at home.
Yeah.
Ravs is showing us his
Planet
chip.
Hollywood $5.
I kept a little.
Nice.
I kept a little $5 chip as a little memento for my first time
Nice
in
little
Vegas.
reminder to not
That's
gamble.
cute.
Yeah,
Don't
it's a
ever
little
do it.
reminder to never gamble. I have a little. I look at it and I do a little sad face.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta go and do it and dabble a little bit, but like I think setting a hard limit. I went and gambled. I think £60 or something. I was just like,
Oh my god, man! Was I the only motherfucker?
I mean,
Went
Duncan and
for
I
it.
could lost quite a lot as well. Like me and Sarah were just like, I would rather spend that money on booze or whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like that's the tax of having fun rather than gambling be the tax of having fun.
absolutely.
But it's fun to do
Absolutely.
it a little bit, but also I do just hate slot machines. Like, I don't know why I kept doing them. I think they're shit. I think that's like the most scammy piece of shit.
That was another comment I had about America. Las Vegas was the most dystopian shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, walking through a hotel when I was drunk at 4 a.m, seeing like these hollow little sad people that were just like sitting on a slot machine just feeding it money while like fucking wouldn't it be nice like played over the hotel fucking tannoy. And
like drinking and smoking inside as well.
So
it's weird seeing that, isn't it?
There's no concept of time. Like it was just like really depressing. Like I remember like walking towards my hotel when Safety Dance was playing, and I was just like, wow, this is like really depressing.
It is. It's a weird.
It's just like,
I feel like there's a very small like sheen on Vegas that makes it nice, and then otherwise it's just fucking
the most depressing
dire.
place in the world.
Seedy,
like Duncan and I had a fun game where we were knocking on like bits of marble and stuff and just seeing which was plywood, because all of it's just fucking fake. You know, none of it's actually fucking real. It's all like a facade.
Oh, the Bellagio fountains though, there's something magical about that.
Oh, they're lovely, aren't they?
I think I dragged the guys to them like 7 times. We were there for like 4 days, but like I just love them. I love them. I could stand and watch them forever. Like they are.
It's also it's so humid there, and you sit in front of those beautiful fountains, and somehow the cooling there's a cooling breeze coming from the fountains.
Yeah, it feels really good.
It feels nice.
Oh, I'm not. We can't go back. I'm not going back. You can't make me go back. You can't make me go back.
No way.
Fuck's sake.
If someone offered me a free flight to Vegas right now, I would turn it down
as well. I'd be like, I'm good.
Yeah, I would turn it down.
Really?
I would turn it down. No,
wow.
I need a holiday from holidays.
Yeah, you need an actual rest. Like, you guys need some sleep and some water.
Yes, please. Should we do some questions?
Let's do some questions. We've been we're already 20 minutes into the podcast.
That was a little catch up. We've been gone for 2 weeks.
A little ramble. Hey 0 Degrees, I'm a student currently in my final year at uni and living in a shared house. There's 6 of us in total, and as you can imagine, there have been fights, arguments, and all sorts of petty behaviour. We all come from different parts of the UK, and it's clear that our behaviours, humour levels, and ways we deal with serious subjects are majorly different. For me, I'm Northern. And I'm not going to do the accent. I was going to slip into it. I was like, oh no, I'm not going to offend this poor fan. I'm Northern and have been what's called a Northern brutality, where I say things how they are and often joke at inappropriate times. I don't blame this entirely on being Northern though. I started watching the Yogscast at age 13 and blame you all for my dark humour and lack of self-control. Just kidding, love you all. There have been multiple occasions now where I've offended someone by making a joke that was a little too offensive for them. And some really low moments where I've said some wrong thing when people are experiencing actual life-changing trauma. Oh my God. It's the way I am. I use humour to deal with trauma. But I understand not everyone does, and it may look like I'm making a joke out of their pain. I genuinely feel terrible that I've caused them pain or upset them, but I'm not sure how to curb my behaviour as it is who I am, and the majority of people in my life are just like me and think I'm funny. I now walk on eggshells, afraid that I will upset someone. So my question to you is, how do I make sure I'm not offending people whilst not changing who I am? So far, all I've tried is avoiding talking to them, but that's not easy in the same house. Please help. You must answer for your crimes. You made me this way. Oh God. I mean, I feel like I can be an abrasive person, but I don't feel like I'm that abrasive that I'm like, I won't talk to anyone. That's a hard one.
You're like, I would say that you're not abrasive, Harry. I'd say you're very I think you're very like soft and like understanding and.
Yeah, maybe.
Unlike that cunt Ravs.
What? I'm a delight.
Oh God, I feel like just you got to start with empathy, right? Like, sure, it's your way of dealing with stuff, and jokes are being funny, and dark humor is all good and stuff. But like, we do got to get on with people, so you got to understand when it's the time.
Exactly.
Like, you wouldn't stand up in the middle of a funeral and say that or something. Do you know what I mean? There's context to all of it, right? And you have to just adapt yourself a little bit for each person, I guess. I don't know. It's a tough one. Yeah, also, the thing is, the living situation is kind of temporary. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like
exactly. It's not forever.
Like, don't beat yourself up. You're in your final year. Just you could dip it a bit.
Yeah, it's tricky because they're saying that all their friends from home are like similar, like have similar sense of humor, and I can understand that. I've known people in my life that like absolutely use humor as a way of dealing with like sad things or traumatic things, and sometimes I also do that as well. However, then I also know very sensitive people that would be incredibly upset. I'm trying to imagine what this scenario is, that someone's having a traumatic, life-changing event and they're making a joke.
Yeah.
Like, I can imagine that would be very upsetting.
But that comes from like you understanding each other, right? And maybe as like uni flatmates, you aren't that good of friends that you're at a point where you can do that. Like,
they just don't.
Yeah.
If you're like really good mates, you could do that. You know.
But
I understand the northern brutality bit as well. Like, all my friends back in Scotland have literally the worst, like, most brutal fucking sense of humor in the world. And like, you just can't say that shit anymore.
No.
It's just got to be a bit softer. You got to have a bit of empathy with people, you know, like, especially as streamers as well, right? We all have to be really careful with what we say.
Is it also like an age thing though? Because I feel like as kids, you kind of give less of a shit about that. I feel like just inherently as a teenager, you're growing up, you're all testing the boundaries, you're all just dicking around with each other, do you know what I mean? Like, it's all a bit more rough
then
and
you
ready.
mature, right?
As you become an adult, you realise, oh, these people have feelings, I shouldn't be a cunt. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas a kid,
definitely,
I feel like you are like inherently kind of less empathetic. Like, you're willing to just like say shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, so this person's in their final year, assuming that they went straight into uni, they're about, what, 21 or 22? Yeah. So, yeah, I think you're obviously not doing this to be horrible and not doing it intentionally to upset people. But at the same time, I think the onus is on you to, and it sucks, but to kind of like modify your behavior and kind of essentially mirror the people that you're with. Like, if you're with a sensitive person, then you have to be careful not to make those kind of jokes, because you do have to like think about how it's affecting other people. And I know it sucks because you're not trying to upset them and it's your way of dealing, but this is kind of just what we have to do as people. Like, we have to
it's in the same way, right, that you wouldn't walk into like a job interview and just instantly start blurting out the most like insane shit. There is like there is a level of like you already have to modify yourself and how you are in every situation you're in. Like,
absolutely, read the room and like find the vibe, and you know, like, be a bit of a social chameleon. Find what kind of humor these people might find funny, or like find the correct way to speak to them. It will help you in all aspects of life, like job interviews. Like, you don't crack dark jokes at a fucking job interview, because that's just like, okay, you're not hired. You're like, conduct yourself professionally.
And I think some of it does come from probably you're just not the best mates with these people, and that maybe comes over time. But like, then you get to be more of yourself, right? Like, that's your friends know you, and they know, oh, you're making this horrible dark joke, but it's not what actually you mean, or whatever. You know, they can read between the lines of it.
Whereas these people don't.
I don't know. I don't know how much of it is down to the northern brutality bit. I think that's like an aspect, but I don't know. I feel like they're putting a lot of that on their northernness.
It's almost almost like an excuse to the way that they.
I mean, they said that we're the reason, so like, fuck it. I mean,
but also partly it's kind of on us a bit.
Yeah. But I think Yogscast has changed a fair amount over those, 12 years.
Certainly.
Jesus Christ.
Certainly.
I mean, it certainly has. Like, you can look back at some of those old videos and like, but I think that's also times. Times changing, right? Like, what you would say in 2008, 2009, there's no fucking way you would say that in 2022. Like, just a more empathetic society. And I think it's good.
Exactly. I think it's good, yeah. Takes other people's feelings and stuff into consideration a lot more. Like, I think it's a change for the better.
Yeah.
So soften up a bit, I guess.
Yeah, soften up and try and see if, like, work on like mirroring the person that you're with. Like I have friends that I would text Ravs and say, "Hello, you disgusting." Ugly
Cunt.
Piece of shitty, cunty, disgusting piece
That's
of shit.
just your iMessage
but
also,
I
Phil.
And I
And
I literally messaged Lydia yesterday being like, I hope you never recover from your illness, you fucking sea hag. Like, you know?
But I wouldn't send that message to someone else that maybe I don't know so well, because obviously that would be misconstrued and it would seem like I was being really horrible.
Yeah.
So it's all about like assessing your relationship with that person and mirroring and seeing what is okay and just going with that.
I do think that it's fair to say you shouldn't like. Don't erase your fucking character. Don't erase who you are to do
Oh
that.
yeah,
like,
no, don't.
Yeah.
bending
Still be
over
you.
backwards to like not be yourself, but like maybe it, only needs 50% of you, or this bit only needs 70% of you. Like there's different situations, right?
Yeah, no, definitely.
And I mean, equally, fuck it. You got one more year left of them. If they're all fucking just stuck up twats, then fucking you got a year.
Never
If
see
you
him
really
again,
want to
no.
fucking tell your Hitler and dead baby jokes in a year's time, then fire away. You've only got one more year of putting up with these
go
people.
for it, and then you can go find some people who will enjoy that.
Maybe don't find some people that enjoy Hitler, but
there's people out there, there's people out there.
Please don't. That's bad.
Yeah, it's a tough one though. It's tough to also just. It is weird. I guess me and Ravs never really experienced it, but that just you kind of get shoved into a uni house with some people that you have no reason to connect, be friends or hang out apart from you now live together. It's kind of a weird It's kind of a weird experience. Kind of insane. How did you live in halls when you were at uni, Lydia?
I didn't live in halls, but I did live in a uni house.
Was it with friends?
With one of them was my mate, and three of them were strangers. And yeah, I didn't really get on well with the people, the strangers. Like, I'm sure there are some circumstances where you meet someone and you form a lifelong bond and everything, but that didn't happen with me. I think it was a bit awkward, actually. And it was one of those classic scenarios of like someone being disgustingly messy and never cleaning up after themselves, and it constantly frustrated.
They must have hated you.
I was a pig. I was a slob. But yeah, so I do sympathise. Like, it is a sort of weird. I guess it's like any kind of like when you rent, like when you're older and in your 20s and you rent with randomers, like, you kind of, it's potluck. Either you're going to get on and it's going to be great, or it's going to be a fucking nightmare and you live with someone you hate. Like, you just don't know.
I managed to avoid that as well. Fuck, I went to like just solo living. I'm so glad, because the idea of living with like some completely random person, at least at uni you're like similar age, you got similar things going on in your life. There's like some camaraderie. The idea of just like, you're just living with this random fucking person now, like kind of terrifies me.
Yeah, I couldn't do it now. I absolutely couldn't do it now. My friend recently she's just bought her own place, so she lives by herself now. But for years, she just lived with all these like random people, and I couldn't. The stories that she would tell me about stuff like, you just don't know. You don't know. Like, they seem like a nice person. Yeah, you don't know who this person is, and now you're living with them.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that is. Oh God, I just don't like it. It doesn't make me feel safe.
No.
Home is meant to be safe, and just living with complete strangers is just like weird.
I mean, Bree's
not the one.
Bree's got to live with Ravs, so that must be fucking grim.
Sad.
I have to live with Bree.
It does work though. Some people, like Daph's super into it. It does work for some people. Some people love that lifestyle.
Yeah.
I feel like some people go into it like, we're going to make it like like the television show Friends. It's just going to be this wild house, and just like, that's not.
We cook together and we go out drinking
I guess
together.
Maybe we're just like too
like
introverted. We're too like introverted of that in that way. Like, I need my own space, my own time. Like, I need them to fuck off.
Yeah, 100%. I need you to
go away. Please, that would be great. Should we move on? I think we've got another uni related question. Should we do another one?
Okay.
I like this next question because it kind of sounds like it's about the person that we just got a question from.
Okay. Do you
my God, it does.
Take this one
what?
then?
Wait, what? Okay, go for it.
Hello, 0 Degrees. I've just moved to uni, and whilst the rest of my flatmates are lovely, one guy is just a complete wanker.
Sorry, full context. I haven't actually fully read both of these questions. I just Control F to uni and took the bottom ones. Because I was like, it's coming back to uni time. We'll just grab them. I didn't know they were good. Okay, this is crazy.
He is one of the most patronising, uptight and rude people I've ever had the displeasure to meet. On top of being a bit racist and homophobic within 2 days of knowing him. Jesus. He shouts over people trying to have a conversation when he's not a part of it. He gives his opinions on your actions without any sort of prompting to explain why actually you're doing it wrong. And he's elitist about any sort of course that isn't his. Just the other day, he got angry that someone had left their ketchup in the fridge because that's not where it goes. In brackets, it does. And wouldn't accept that it's not his problem. He told someone moving in front of their mum that they weren't allowed to set up in our kitchen because he wanted it to be a veggie kitchen. I'm vegan, and even I think that's mental and incredibly demeaning. Oh, and he also tried to convince me, a state school student, that the average family has money to invest into stocks and that after uni, 100k would be a decent salary. How
this guy sounds like a Tory.
Oh my God, this guy's making me angry. Anyway, rant aside, what can I do about this situation? At this point, it's just me and the rest of the flatmates calling him a prick behind his back.
Fucking cunt.
Jesus. It started off
this guy
like,
is such a cunt.
Yeah, it started off like funny, like, oh, it sounds like the guy before, and then it got to racist and homophobic, and it was like, oh God, yeah, this guy is awful.
I mean, just like, you got to get rid, right? Like,
oh my God, he sounds fucking vile.
Get this cunt out of your house.
Jesus,
is there a system in place for that in uni halls?
In uni halls,
evict someone?
You could probably request that they. I mean, to be honest, it sounds like why does the guy not want to leave himself? Do you know what I mean? Unless he like revels in being a dickhead.
Yeah.
I am mind blown. It doesn't sound like he's getting on with anyone. I don't know why he wants to fucking stay.
This guy sounds like a fucking cunt. Oh my God, I'm like so mad.
Jesus Christ. I'm trying to work out if it's halls or a shared house. They say my flatmates are lovely, which makes me think it's a house rather than halls.
But they also say, I've just moved to uni, and usually first years you do halls.
Yeah, it usually is halls.
It sounds like the UK, doesn't it? They say state school, so it's not American where it's all weird and you do halls all the time or something.
Yeah. You share a room.
I feel like what you got to do, you got to find like, make a friend in another flat in your halls. And get them to do a swap or something. Be like, oh, we really want our friend to come live with us. Oh, do you mind swapping rooms with them? Something like that. Something like that. You got to get an in and out. You got to get rid. This isn't like a I can fix you situation. This guy is like mentally brain damaged. Like he's unfixable. Just get rid.
What the fuck?
This guy's drinking the fucking Nigel Farage juice, man. Like he's a fucking piece of shit.
So
he certainly doesn't sound northern to me. I
don't think
it's the other
straight
guy.
up Tory.
No, it can't be the other guy.
No, the whole fucking thinking 100k is a decent salary and families have money to invest into. This guy is so out of touch.
Me. That guy's so out of touch, man. Like fucking, what a fucking cunt.
Is there like? How he said that? Is there like any like? Do you need to like make him realize how out of touch he is? Like, is that like now your life missions to like show this guy that he is a fucking cunt?
Like, no, Harry, that's a very sensible thing that you just proposed there. Where my brain went is a place out of spite and hatred, where I would make this guy's life hell. I would be fucking like smearing fish paste on his fucking room's radiator. I'd be pissing in his bed and shit. I'd be doing all sorts.
I would say, I mean, that's kind of my instant reaction, but you don't do anything that's going to get you kicked out of the uni halls.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm so filled with spite and hatred for this person.
I mean, is it also a great bonding experience actually for you and the other flatmates? You know, a common enemy is usually like a great way to make friends. You know,
that's true.
And see it as that positive. You're going to really be great friends with your other flatmates, unless he just like tears it all apart. I don't know.
Yeah, you guys will probably become really good friends over hating him. I would. Okay, so straight up, start calling him out. When he says racist and homophobic shit.
Call him a Tory cunt.
Call him out. Start calling him out when he says all of this completely out of touch shit. Start fucking calling him out when he's telling people they can't. I honestly think someone like this, you just need to be straight up with them and be like, you can't fucking say that. Like, or, you know, maybe don't swear at them. But if that's I don't know if it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Effectively, he hasn't been parented at all. And it's now sadly partly your job to reteach this broken human some manners. So... Good luck.
He's got what he wanted. He's never been questioned. No. He's just a self-entitled dickhead. You don't want to start arguments with him, but at the same time, I would call him out because he sounds insufferable.
I'm doing a breathing. I'm calming myself down. Maybe there is hope for this person. Maybe they will see the error of their ways. Probably not because they're a lizard person, but also... I mean, the racist and the homophobic shit, that's fucking easy as fuck. That's like clapped up. Like, easy clap, report that to your uni.
Yeah, done. Like, that shit just, like, that's a nope. Like, The other stuff is like
that's a fucking.
the other
note.
stuff is like harder to call out, but like that is super easy to call out. That's not difficult at all.
Also, who made them the authority of the kitchen? Get in there and start fucking slapping some meat.
They're
about.
vegan.
Fucking, fuck
And
this
they're
person.
vegan as well.
Yeah.
Just do it to
Just start
spite
buying some
them.
eggs.
Yeah,
cracking
spite
them
them. Spite them. Just get in there and fucking start chopping up some animals.
Oh my god.
No, I do not advocate for that. Do not do
do
that.
Don't
not.
get a flat chicken.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't get a flat chicken.
Yeah.
Oh.
Don't get a flat chicken. Yep.
If it got really bad and you were like finding it insufferable, I wonder if it's possible for the person writing it to be moved into a different hall.
Yeah.
Probably.
But then I guess maybe they'd have to leave behind the friends that the other people. But if it was like, I cannot stand this guy, I hate him so much, I wonder if it's possible to request a transfer or something to somewhere else.
I feel like
because
it's
just not worth it.
I feel like it's better to try and get him to transfer somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the ideal, right? Get rid of
yeah.
him. But he sounds like the kind of prick that wouldn't leave.
But also, if you're stuck with him, like, if he is an arsehole who like drinks fancy squash, as English people call it, replace it with like the supermarket brand, like without telling him. Fucking just change the labels on stuff. Just fuck with him.
Get joy out of it.
fuck.
Get small
Yeah.
victories.
That's
Small
twisted,
victories.
Ravs.
Small joy. Yeah.
Small victories. Make him see what it's like to fucking live off of.
Also, I'm pretty sure do
shit
not do the
money.
rubbing meat everywhere. I'm pretty sure that is a hate crime. I don't think you can do that.
Okay, don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
But he's not the sole authority of that kitchen.
No.
Fuck him.
No.
I feel like you got.
It's repulsive that he thinks
It depends
he
on how many
is.
people are in the flat, right? Because if it's like one of those huge ones where you got like 11 people, just fucking band together.
Yeah.
Because like 10 people telling this guy to fuck off, he probably will just fuck off. Like
Exactly.
as long as you like keep a log or like record him doing these things, because you don't want it to be hit like it to come across as you guys are bullying him. Like if
that's
he's
the
truly
thing.
being a dickhead, you need like hardcore evidence. So if he ever goes to the uni and is like, "Oh, they're being mean to me,"
But also, just because he's talking loud doesn't mean you need to fucking listen to him either. If he's like barking orders and shit to you, just ignore him. Who the fuck is he? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. God, I'm so sorry.
Does the ketchup go in the fridge?
Well, Lydia, this is too controversial.
That's
That's a separate question.
okay. We need to know where 0 degrees lies on this. I am a ketchup in the cupboard boy.
Lydia?
Okay. You know what? My heart says ketchup in the cupboard, but actually I'm pretty sure my ketchup is in the fridge right now. So I'm a bit all over the show.
Do you know what?
Harry?
I probably would do both. I don't feel that strongly about either.
I'm not a hater if it's in the fridge, but like
the only thing is I usually have more room in my cupboards than my fridge. Usually my fridge is quite full, and like there's like little bottle racks you get on like the side of the fridge. Like, that's usually full of like mayo, stuff that does actually go in the fridge, like and needs to go in the fridge. So like I feel like I'll put it in there sometimes, then I'll put it in the cupboard sometimes.
I feel like I've just made like a bacon roll or some shit though. Like I don't want like cold ketchup on top of it. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah, that is weird. I wouldn't on some hot food. I would find it weird.
Yeah,
I feel like it's where.
And like dipping your chips into cold ketchup is a bit.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't put that out of choice, but it can go in there sometimes. I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's okay.
All right. We've settled the real problem. All right. So our final point on this is I don't really know where we landed. Really.
I'm so sorry.
Fuck
sorry.
that guy. That's
Fuck
our
that
official take.
Yeah.
Try get rid of him. Evict him. I don't know. Do something.
Yeah.
Do something.
Something legal though. Don't do anything illegal. Don't listen to anything I said.
Don't listen to anything Rav said.
I am filled with spite and hatred.
Rav
so,
said this as a comedy piece. This was all theatrics and not real. Ravs doesn't actually.
Ravs' reviews do not reflect that of 0 degrees.
Ravs is alone. Ravs is a known entity. Ravs' gambling debt is not associated with 0 degrees. That's our statement. That's our Twitter.
I will be taking a break from social media to think about things. I will be back tomorrow.
Fuck's sake. Alright, should we do one more?
Hi dudes, I got a main question and a mini question. The mini question is, why is your podcast channel on YouTube under the Pickaxe Podcasts? And doesn't have its own like other podcasts do, such as Hat Chat and Triforce. I'm only just became aware of your podcast in the last 2 weeks. It was the 17th of October.
2 days ago.
Due to this, I think you might be limiting your audience.
Yeah, but
glad I found it though.
I mean, well, either way, we were going to have to start a new channel. It's not like we had a channel that existed before that we could put stuff on.
Yeah.
I think it just, I imagine with time there'll be other podcasts that live on that channel. So
exactly,
we're just the first.
But right now, we're just the first. Pickaxe podcasts on YouTube. That's where the poddy goes out.
We were also conscious early on that we all already have a lot of channels, places, social media things, and we were like, we've got to keep it as limited as possible because we already have our own Discord, we already have our own Twitter. Like, there's a lot of things and places to look at things, and we were conscious of not making too many different places to look at things. So putting it under the Pickaxe one, I think made most sense. And
it's weird that our podcast network had nothing on it.
I like that. I feel like we're like the champagne bottle getting smashed on the boat.
Yeah, exactly.
Baby.
Yeah, it's good. I'm glad we're the first ones. So I imagine there'll be more on the channel as time goes on. So if not, we'll just fucking rename it to 0 Degrees.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'll just fucking plant the flag down. Is that a rule? Like if it's only us for a year, we get it? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Fuck it. Yeah,
fuck it.
That's the rule.
You know what? That's our
after
gamble.
a year, I'm just gonna change it and see if anyone notices. And if I don't work for the Oscars anymore, that explains why.
So that was the mini question. They said, glad I found it though. The foreskin shit and cum pizza made my day. I mean, I've had pizza under my foreskin and shit and my cum before, but I never knew about other variables.
God
damn it. Trying to be a funny haha man.
Trying to do a funny.
Okay, I see you. Trying to do a funny hee hee. Okay, onto the main cut of this question though. My main question is as follows. I work for one of the largest telecoms companies in the UK. I won't name it, but it rhymes with Schmergen Bleedia. However, in my department, there's very little opportunity for progression or promotion. Nevertheless, I was all but promised that due to my technical and legal prowess, I would be promoted or at least given a pay rise as a reward for my hard work and result-based contributions. I have saved the company millions. All right, it's a little fucking flex there, okay? It's a little fucking flex, just fucking helping old Richard Branson keep some money there, asshole. Well. That's actually not a flex, that's an unflex. That's an This was about 3 years ago now. Anyway, in a one-to-one with my manager recently, I was told that it was all lip service, there won't be any progression, and it's just a carrot/stick affair. Strung along much? Sad face. Now, I don't blame my manager for it, as she's powerless to do anything beyond make recommendations, and even her manager's powerless, as it's a director-level decision, but this seems pretty scummy to me. What should I do? I feel I should either leave, but this is hard as the work conditions are otherwise good, or I should start to take the piss and instead of getting more money and progression, I simply slow right down, getting paid the same, but for much less effort, thereby increasing my hourly rate at an effort versus pay type situation. Guide me, almighty 0 Degrees.
So there's a term for this going around, isn't there? I saw a lot of news articles about it over the last couple of weeks, like soft quitting or something.
Oh,
yeah.
Soft quitting, is that the term?
Soft quitting, yeah. Is that what that means? I kept seeing that pop up on
soft
Twitter.
Quitting or something like that.
Didn't look it up though. Yeah.
God, I mean, do whatever the fuck you want, but I just feel like, to me, like slowly not caring and not putting in effort, I feel like they're just gonna hate their fucking job by the end of it. Do you know what I mean? They'll just become so disconnected. And equally, my worry with stuff like that is just, are you gonna get a shitty fucking? This feels like quite a big and important job in their career, and are you gonna get a shitty reference? Like, you need a really, you can leave right now and it's been golden and you've cracked the case and saved the millions, and you get this glowing reference to find your new job with. Instead, if you just fucking dick around for 8 years and then finally decide, I want some more money and I'll go elsewhere, but then your reference, your managers would have changed and they'll just know you as the guy who vaguely does the stuff that's needed. Like, I worry that that's like, you're setting yourself up to fail. It sounds like they were quite, aside of their terrible jokes, quite a intelligent person that's doing really well. I just feel like it's a shame to kind of curtail that by, fuck it. I'll just stop.
I think a lot of it comes down to like, if you're otherwise really happy in your job, like it's hard to find a job that you're happy in. So if this person is like, I actually really love this job, like if you're content to earn what you're earning and you're happy, then I guess just stick with it, because happiness is super important.
Sure.
And if it, however, if you're like, meh, I'm not really that fussed about the job, you don't, like Harry said, you don't want to end up just staying there for years and years and years and never making any progression and always feeling unfulfilled. I think take the bull by the horns and look for something else, because it sounds like you're very driven and it sounds like you're a really hard worker. And if you applied that to a job which actually does have promotions, think how much you could succeed and how much you could achieve with that same mindset in a different place of work.
Equally, that might, if you actually are hunting for jobs and then you can turn around to them and say, well, I have offers. There's suddenly leverage there to actually maybe get the progression and
exactly.
that you
They
want.
might be like, oh, no, we were going to make you a manager,
there wasn't
actually.
all a lie.
Fuck, shit.
Like, I mean, what's the losing case, right? If there are jobs out there in a field that you like, go and look at them, apply to them. It's nothing.
Yeah. They're giving you the lip service and you're taking it. You need to like show some backbone and say, well, actually, I have some offers for some other jobs, so unless you start paying me more or give me another
say, I want to
position
stay.
or promotion.
No, I want to stay.
I want to stay, so I would rather you give me a promotion or give me another position or a pay rise. Take that to the director, because that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
If you're currently a good employee that saved them a lot of money, they should be like, oh fuck yeah, well, fuck, well, here's a pay rise, here's an assistant manager position or some
reality
shit.
is, if it's just being like recommendations, then it's not. It'll be taken a little bit seriously, but not super seriously. You gotta put a little bit of weight behind it, and I think putting weight behind it is going and showing that you'll look for other jobs, and then if you. Either way, the quiet quitting strategy still is like open to you at any point through doing that. I think it's sad. It just makes me a little bit sad that you want to stop your like eagerness for progression and promotion because they're kind of poo-pooing it a little bit. Don't let them get you down. Keep going.
Yeah. I think stay if you genuinely love the job and you're really happy. But if there's any shadow of a doubt and you think about what you could do in a different place where you could progress and you could grow, I think leave. And before you leave, essentially threaten them. Not threaten them.
And before you leave,
say,
give
I've got
all three of
offers.
us amazing internet free for a year. That'd be amazing.
Oh, that would be so sweet.
Yeah.
I will leave BT, who I do swear by, for Virgin Media.
Oh yeah, BT's great.
Smurgeon
Media for free internet, please. But I do think it's fucked that they were like promised for like 3 years and then they just turned around and said, actually, no, sorry, that's not happening. Like, I do think that's awful. That would make me want to leave. Like, I'd be like, fuck you guys.
Going forward, get that shit in writing and in emails and stuff.
I think that's the moment you got to go and apply for other jobs and be like, well, look, it's not happening then. You got to show me some progress. Like, it's bullshit.
I would leave personally. I would leave. Like, I think that situation is bullshit, and you could succeed and grow somewhere else where this place obviously is just not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'd say get the fuck out of there, but
it's hard to say. It's hard to say without more context.
It's hard. Yeah.
But good luck. I hope it works out. It's it's kind of stressful, that kind of stuff.
That sounds like a fun one for a little update.
Yeah.
Let us know how it went.
Give us an update.
Mr. Smurgeon Bleedia.
Mr. Smurgeon Bleedia.
For fuck's sake. All right, I think that's a good place to call it.
Yeah.
We rambled a lot.
Rambled so much.
No time for a question roulette today. We'll do it some other time.
Yes. Yes, question roulette.
Yeah.
God.
And send in more questions. These were some good questions this week.
Yeah, there's been some.
We had to use our brain for these ones.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, we've had some really good questions so far. So
absolutely
good shit.
So keep sending them in. We're loving them.
We love them.
Pickaxe.uk/0ZD.
It's in the description. It's in the podcast description.
It's in the fucking description. If you don't know where it is by now, what the fuck is? What are we on? Like episode 20? Come on, figure it out.
Yeah. I feel like we should do like.
I don't know where it is.
Do you know what? Should we do like a little like question game? Okay, can people submit? I want people to submit questions that are the length of as a tweet. So you get, 280 characters? Go to Twitter,
okay.
Type out your question, and that will tell you how long your question can be, and then submit it into the form. I want to see if we can get some short fire, real quick, like They can be small ones that you need
more
today.
concise.
Yeah, because I love the big long ones, but I want some like I want to see if we can
snappy, quick fire.
I want to like break a 0
shits.
degrees record. Can we do like 10 questions in an episode or something?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Send us some real short,
question answer.
yeah, some real rapid fire ones. I'm interested because I'm loving these long ones, but I want to see some more short ones.
And maybe like some themes. We've got stuff coming up. We've got like Halloween and things like that. If you had some themed questions
Christmas.
as well, they'd be great.
Christmas. There's always lots of questions.
Christmas on the way.
Much like the shops, start sending in your fucking Christmas stuff now because we got it. By the time we get to it,
It'll probably be Christmas.
It's
It'll
summer.
be next Christmas.
yeah.
Fuck's sake. Thank you for listening, though. Thank you. We're sorry we missed a week. So this one's a bit late. It's still been a bit up in the air, but we'll be back to it.
Hopefully back to your regular messy content soon.
Yep.
And Patreon coming soon. TM. We better go do that meeting.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Bye.